Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are all over the world. Welcome back to my channel. It is still your one and only 24/7 news boss. We are here to bring you another fresh update concerning the IPOB. And if you are joining us for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video, and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our breaking stories.
In today's update, we'll bring you a major update on the case of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB). Yesterday, in the Zoo Capital Territory, the Federal High Court delivered a ruling that has sent shockwaves across the Zoo nation, especially in the southeast. The court rejected Kanu's no-case submission and ordered him to open his defense. At the same time, heated debates over his health, human rights, and the fairness of the trial continue to dominate conversations nationwide. Stay tuned as we break down what happened in court, what the Zoo Nation citizens are saying, what analysts are divided over, and the uncertainties surrounding this case. And also do well to watch video to the end because we are going to play a series of videos surrounding this case and also to show the world what is going on in the Zoo Nation concerning Nnamdi Kanu's case. So this is what happened in the court yesterday. The presiding judge, Justice James Omotosho, overruled Kanu's no-case submission. This means the court believes that the prosecution, led by the Zoo government and backed by the DSS, has presented enough evidence to require Kanu to formally defend himself. According to the judge, 5 prosecution witnesses gave testimony strong enough to establish a prima facie case, which in law means there is a case that must be answered. Importantly, Justice Omotosho clarified that the ruling does not mean Kanu is guilty. It simply means he must now enter his defense. However, the real twist came when Kanu's legal team pressed hard on his health issues. His lawyers argued that he is in urgent need of medical care outside DSS custody, requesting his transfer to the National Hospital in the Capital Territory. The DSS strongly opposed, insisting that their facilities are adequate and accusing Kanu's camp of exaggerating his medical condition. In response, Justice Omotosho gave an order that may calm tensions. He directed the Zoo Nation Medical Association to constitute an independent panel of 8 to 10 medical experts, including cardiologists and neurologists, to examine Kanu and report back to the court within 8 days. This move is seen as an attempt to bring transparency and credibility into the medical dispute. This case has now been adjourned to October 8, 2025, when Nnamdi Kanu is expected to open his defense. So let's sit back and watch some videos that surrounds this Nnamdi Kanu's case, from Omoyele Sowore's testimony to Nnamdi Kanu's legal team and also to some analysts.
I am not my South Ferry constituency, the National Assembly. I am the primary representative of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We're very disappointed in the ruling of the court today, where especially the court took a position that the extraordinary rendition was not going to be part of the consideration today. But he, however, to be fair to him, said if we can prove that there were extraordinary rendition, then that would change his consideration. So we are coming back. I've been assured by the lawyers that they are coming back to show that proof. One, the issue of jurisdiction. We will now know whether this court has jurisdiction or not. That's number one. Then number two, there seems, I keep saying it, there seems to be 2 sets of rules in this country. One for the Igbo man and the other one for every other Nigerian. Where every other Nigerian gets a reprieve, the Igbo man would not get a reprieve. You look at even the issue of the health situation of our brother. There have been many circumstances where people have been given opportunities to go and seek medical care, yet Nnamdi Kanu is denied. Even the president, at every consideration, the president goes overseas to take care of himself. He doesn't even subject himself to Nigerian medical attention. So it is very wrong for them to deny Nnamdi, who the doctors have laid clear evidences that he's having insufficiencies, organ insufficiencies. And what is the government waiting for? For him to die? And then the circumstances will now be brought up again? So, but for the Igbos, I'm more disappointed with the Igbos. The political leadership of the Igbo land, the spiritual and otherwise concerned, are keeping quiet, extraordinarily quiet, on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. Especially when it is shown that when it concerns to others, especially in the north, the government is negotiating with terrorists, non-terrorists, dressed up with guns and various ammunition. And yet they have not proved that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. So it is up for Igbos to now rise up to ensure that we come in total defense of our brother and ensure that, especially in the administration of criminal justice, that he is not being marginalized. So Igbos should rise up for once and to say that all the spectacle, that enough is enough.
Excuse me. Nigerian Medical Council, now listen. The Nigerian Medical Council, you people examined Nnamdi Kanu on, that was 3 days ago. Yes. And the report, we have it, where you people said that the report given by AJ did not even capture the entire health condition of Nnamdi Kanu. You discovered more. That you people should not doctor that report, because court has ordered that you people should bring that report to court. We know what is happening in Nigeria, because now that it involves Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbos, they may force you people or may intimidate you people, because we learned that DSSS are even trying to intimidate eminent Professor Emeritus, Professor AJ, who has been a Provost College of Medicine, University of Nigeria, who has been a dean. His medical record is there, and somebody that is not even a consultant is questioning the report given by AJ. Now the team, you people constituted, met Nnamdi Kanu, that was 3 days ago, at the DSSS, and Nnamdi Kanu subjected himself. We have that report. That report, as people have it, provide it in court. Having said that, now what gave rise to this particular issue of Medical Council is the petition I personally submitted against Dr. Mohammed Nasiru from DSSS, the doctor that never examined Nnamdi Kanu, but he decided to depose falsely on oath. 37 paragraph affidavit. I submitted that petition. It was on that basis that Attorney General ordered the Medical Council to constitute a different board. We have been following it up, and that petition must be heard. And the Dr. Nasiru should be, with his license as a medical doctor, if he is, should be withdrawn. Barrister Maxwell Opera PhD is submitting. It should be there. Just like what Honorable said, I'm highly disappointed to my fellow Igbo people. Oh my God. Nnamdi Kanu is suffering this because he's an Igbo. Yes. We must say it. Yes. Had it been that Nnamdi Kanu is from the north or from the southwest, you wouldn't have been there by now. And everybody's keeping quiet. Both the religious leaders, both the political leaders, both those in diaspora, nothing is happening. You feel that that is existing. I'm highly disappointed. So this the judge said that. The judge said that he's not aware. We are going to bring a formal application. We are going to attach all the whole judgment given by even Kenya. The country said that yes, our country did not do well. Now Malami is he has turned activist. The Malami that comes in, he has turned activist. He's now in opposition. As you are doing anything, remember that you cannot be in government forever. Yes, tomorrow. That is my message to you. Thank you.
Now, I think the very first one is, he said that the statement made by the witnesses, the witnesses were actually covered because of security purposes. They were covered, only you know their names and you know their office, but you can't tell their face, you can't tell who they are. So they were covered. All the witnesses called by the prosecution, all the witnesses called by the federal government, none of them were able to answer a direct question. If you ask them a direct question upon how they obtained their evidence, they'll tell you either I don't know or I was not there. So what it means is that they tendered a statement without proper investigation. All the allegations, none of them were investigated. So this is one of the grounds upon which the no case submission was filed. There's also what we call probative value. Okay, any document you are tendering in a court of law, before that document must have a weight, you understand, to give you a win or a loss. It must have what we call probative value. Probative value is what we call weight. Does it have weight? Does it prove anything? Does it contain the substance of justice? Okay, if it does not contain any substance of justice, it lacks no probative value. So Agabi is also saying that all their evidence and all their witnesses lacks no probative value. Now, third, he said that no person was presented in the court who the federal government can say was incited by Nnamdi Kanu. No person, no name was mentioned. Not in the north, not in the south, nowhere in Nigeria did the federal government present somebody in a physical living being who can say, I was incited by Nnamdi Kanu broadcast, by Nnamdi Kanu statement, or anything done by Nnamdi Kanu. So these are some of those ones. He went further to say that the prescription of the organization called IPOB, okay, the Federal Ministry of Justice filed a gazette where IPOB was prescribed, okay, outlawing IPOB. That very gazette lacked presidential approval. The president never approved it. There should be a document approving IPOB. So he said that it was not approved, okay. Now, when you come to the other side, you find out that when they filed the first charge against Nnamdi Kanu, they also amended that charge and filed a subsequent one. That subsequent one upon which Nnamdi Kanu took his plea. What do you mean taking a plea? Are you guilty or not guilty? Not guilty or guilty. That very charge was not filed before the honorable court, and they went ahead and predicated and based on their trial based on the charge sheet that was not filed before the court. The lawyer for Nnamdi Kanu also went ahead to state that what Nnamdi Kanu did was to ask his people, the Southeasterners, the Igbos, to defend themselves because of the invasion of the Fulani headsmen and the terrorists. That was all he did. And he went ahead to play a video in court where the former head of state, the former head of state during the time of Gowon. Not Gowon. There was this former head of state that was asking Nigerians to defend themselves, and also the former, the current police head was on air asking Nigerians to take up arms and defend themselves because of insecurity. So he also said that T.Y. Danjuma told Nigerians to defend themselves, and also the current IGP told Nigerians also to defend themselves. Last but not the least, they tendered NSAS report. You understand that it was Nnamdi Kanu that incited NSAS. But when they came to court, they were unable to link any activity of NSAS to Nnamdi Kanu. So the whole report of NSAS, which they tendered against Nnamdi Kanu, is so laughable. So these are the few points on that 13 points that Agabi listed that predicated him to file a no case submission, because a no case submission simply means that this man has no case to answer.
Excellent analysis, Bart. Actually, you've hammered on those points and greatly established. So let's look at special considerations in this
global conspiracy. The same thing they did to Kanu now. How do you think that Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and brought to Nigeria, and there's no manifest of the plane that brought him to today? Even judges cannot ask for it. How did he get to Nigeria from Kenya? Who was the person who abducted him from the underground garage? Who was he expecting that made him to drive privately to that place and got kidnapped? Who are the people that kidnapped him? Because the Kenyan government came to court and said, we're not aware. We don't know who did this. You cannot. Is it possible to fly a plane, a private jet, out of an airport without two governments getting involved? How can it be more secretive? It's because global conspiracies involved too. And it was as if I was being prophetic. The day he was brought back, I was at the Federal High Court. No, it was Court of Appeal, and they said, Kanu has just been brought back to Nigeria. I said, how? They put a hood over his head, even in court. I ran down there. Before I got there, They had already arranged some kangaroo, with the judge. The judge said, go and detain him. And that's been his situation since then. That's been his situation since then. So I'm saying that we are also conscious at our level that we are not also dealing with local interests. And that there are, and I
before we go, I would like to ask you this. I see you in court. I see videos of you in court every time Nnamdi Kanu appears in court. And his case has lingered for too long and so long. Shouldn't we be talking about a political solution now to resolve all of these and probably give closure to the people of the Southeast and maybe peace too?
The Kanu situation didn't need to last one day longer than the day Buhari left. Kanu was Buhari's personal prisoner because those people, the Buharis of this world, believe that Nigeria is a real estate that must be held together, it must be united. But you would think that people who claim they have broad minds about what Nigeria is, the diversity of Nigeria, the crisis, is the first person they would have let go is Nnamdi Kanu. Because didn't we let go Sunday Igboho? Have we burned down Yoruba land? Before Buhari left, I was one of the people fighting for Ezaki. The argument by those who were opposed to his release was that if he come, he will burn down Kaduna. Ezaki has been out of jail now for how long? He doesn't even have time for Nigeria. He has become an international ambassador for Nigeria. He goes to Lebanon, Iran. I've seen him in Iraq. He has not had time to even rebuild his area base. That shows to you that what of some of the fear mongering that happens on the corridors of power is driven by unreasonableness, and that is why I just want to say, look, eventually they are going to resolve the issue politically. Because the political issue is a self-determination matter. There's no court of law that can resolve Kanu's matter. Even if he's found guilty by their own standards, it's still going to be he's a political prisoner forever.
Some people have also said that there are also some political interests, even from his region, who do not want him to be free.
We know that because I was earlier in, I think 2023, I was part of some conversation to release him. And what came straight was from Imo State, that he can't be released before the election in Imo State, that he will affect them. And after that, everybody kept coming and said, don't release him, and here we are.
All right, we have to go now. I must thank you very much for your time on the program. Omoyele Showore.
On the streets and online, the Zoo Nation citizens are divided. Many in the southeast are angry, accusing the Zoo government of deliberately prolonging Kanu's detention and trial while ignoring his worsening health. They see the ruling as a political witch hunt rather than justice. Others, particularly outside the southeast, argue that the law must take its full course, insisting that if Kanu is innocent, he will have the chance to prove it in court. Some citizens express deep worry that the Zoo government's handling of Kanu's case is fueling tension and resentment in an already fragile region. Legal analysts and political commentators are sharply divided. Some believe the court made the right call by rejecting the no-case submission, emphasizing that due process must be followed to the end. Others argue that the entire case is politically motivated and that continuing the trial only worsens the Zoo Nation's instability. Human rights advocates warn that if Kanu's health deteriorates while in DSS custody, the Zoo government could be blamed for negligence, which may spark unrest in the southeast. The biggest uncertainties now are: will the independent medical panel confirm that Kanu needs urgent external treatment, or will they side with DSS claim that he is fit where he is? How will Kanu's legal team mount their defense starting October 8? And most importantly, what impact will the next court decision have on peace, stability, and the already tense relationship between the Southeast and the Zoo government? In conclusion, Nnamdi Kanu's trial has moved into a new phase, with the court ordering him to defend himself, and with his health now under the spotlight, The next hearing could determine not only the direction of his case but also the mood of millions of the Zoo Nation citizens. So my people, we have a few questions. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu will be given a fair trial as his defense begins? Should the court transfer him to the National Hospital immediately, considering his health concerns raised? What do you think the outcome of the trial could mean for peace and unity in the Zoo Nation, especially in the Southeast? Let us know your thoughts in the comment sections. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to 24/7 News Boss for more updates as this case unfolds.